Welcome back to the South Point Bowling Center here in Las Vegas. Our continuing coverage of the PBA Chameleon Championship. Two of the bigwigs with the PBA, Fred Schreier and Tom Clark here in attendance. Taking this one in, and just near them, Chris Barnes, who's set to take the lanes as we take a look at our updated stepladder graphics. Sean Rash, a 25-pin victory over Osku. Palermaa up next for him. Former Player of the Year and former Rookie of the Year, Chris Barnes, and Kimberly standing by with Chris.
Chris, over the summer, did you make any changes to your game that has allowed you to do so well on the chameleon pattern this week?
Well, actually, I made one change. It's been harder and harder to keep up with the Tommy Joneses and the Bill O'Neills of the world, and my rev rate's not quite as high. So I worked on a hand position change that when I played inside and got through qualifying and the match play rounds to get there, that's what I had to use. Came out to be a pretty good thing, but today I'm probably not going to use that. I'm going to stay to the right, throw an outburst pretty close to the gutter.
All right. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
It was interesting talking to Chris about that change of hand position today, admitting that, he needs something else, something different to help compete against some of these guys out here now. Yeah. It always seemed like the guys were trying to catch up to him.
Right, exactly. Okay. I think the only weakness in Chris Barnes' game has been the lack of axis rotation or side roll. He's always been a real forward end-over-end rolling kind of guy, and if Chris Barnes is able to add a new arsenal to his game, look out.
Start strong.
Sean looks good. He looks in control and looks like he's got his wits about him. Let's see if he's tested what kind of maple moxie shows up.
The number 3 qualifier owns 12 PBA Tour titles, including 2 majors. Former PBA Player of the Year from Delano, Texas, Chris Barnes.
2 majors, and those 12 titles won, the 05 U.S. Open and the 06 Tournament of Champions. Had 3 second place and 1 fourth place finish last season. Called it disappointing. Poor start at the World Series of Bowling got him off to a slow start last year.
Chris really struggled because of his very heavy end-over-end roll and the high friction lane surface that they bowled on last year in Detroit. So once he made it to the match play portion, they moved over to the arena setting at Thunder Bowl, and that's a little older synthetic in that part of the house, and he struggled because of that real heavy roll. He's not going with pure physics today, no sir, but be prepared for an outburst.
Consider myself prepared.
And I got to tell you right off the bat, I'm certainly no Chris Barnes, but I don't think that he has any chance when he's going that straight and he's throwing his bowling ball. If it misses just a hair left, he throws it right into the dry area that the other players are using. In other words, players try to find area left and right of target. Okay, Rob? We know that Sean Rash and Osku Palermaa played left of where Chris Barnes is playing, which means that if Chris misses left of target, his ball's going to hit the dry part of the lane that is Sean Rash's hook area.
Rash made 3 shows last season, finished 3rd twice and 4th once. His last win on TV came when he won the title match of the 07 USBC Masters.
Another good one.
strike, 9 spare for Rash. We're through 2, and Sean on top by 2. Barnes has gone 9 spare, 8 spare. So Rash, strike, spare, strike. His battle with Barnes continues when we return to Las Vegas. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, and Kimberly Pressler welcoming you back to our continuing coverage of the World Series of Bowling, PBA Chameleon Championship. And Randy, while we were gone, things have gone from bad to worse for Chris Barnes.
Well, and again, it's mind-boggling to me that he's trying to go that straight. He leaves a big 4. Here comes Sean Rash. Remember last year's World Series of Bowling, how he was missing spares, although I think that's due to a really bad thumb. Chris makes a ball change, flags the head pin from out, and then went to shoot the 1, 2, 4, 7, and with that. Bizarre.
Yeah, 22-pin lead for Sean Rash. And it's his right thumb that is bothering him. He came back with a strike after he whiffed on that 10-pin, but kind of the webbing area between the thumb and the finger really torn up and ripped up. And saw a picture of it taken a day or so ago just before the telecast, and I didn't even know what I was looking at. It was that ugly. Yeah, late kick. But that's something the bowlers deal with week in and week out, Randy.
I mean, you know, there's going to be cuts on fingers and thumbs. Some spots more painful than others. The webbing, not real good. The base of the thumb, where all the weight of the bowling ball sits, not real good. Everything else, you know, the bowlers can tolerate. But, you know, like my coach Fred Borden used to say, spit on it and throw strikes.
Take a tough pill. Sean Rash with his first pair of strikes here in match number 2, seeking his 5th strike of the match.
One more shot, come on.
He's got it. Not letting go of the gas is Sean Rash. The lead explodes to 42.
Well, he's been making great shots all day. He did it in his first match against Osku Palermaa. He's doing it right here against Chris Barnes. The only issue, the missed 10-pin in the 4th frame.
How's this for scary? Chris Barnes without a strike thus far. And that ugliness continues.
Well, we saw Chris Barnes when he first started. He's trying to play this angle right there. That's no good. Now, through 6 frames, he doesn't have a strike, so he moves in and tries to do that. And that actually looked like it had a better chance. But, you know, the thing he talked about in the interview with Kimberly, in the change of the hand position and trying to create some more side rotation, more revolutions to keep up with the Sean Rashes and the Tommy Joneses and the Wes Malotts and the two-handers like Jason Belmonte and Osku. And that's exactly what got him to this telecast. And yet he abandons it today. He must have seen something that he didn't like.
2 open frames, 5 spares, and mercifully, finally, a strike for one of the greats of the game. A bizarro outing for Chris Barnes. Take a look at the rest of the top 16 this week at the Chameleon Championship. Jason Belmonte finishing 6th. There's Tom Smallwood at 8. Good to see Danny Wiseman back up there. Billy O'Neill, who won last week at 10. Rash, another strike.
Everybody's friend Tony Reyes in 12.
So a 4-bagger there for Rash as he continues to pull away from Barnes. no frames and give himself a chance. It's kind of the mantra that Sean Rash came in with today and really came into this whole World Series of Bowling, and he's doing just that today. Just one open frame that came in the 4th when he flagged the 10-pin. And Sean takes care of that one. Sean, we were just talking about the thumb. How is it feeling right now?
It's going to feel real good Sunday night. Right now, I don't care. Can't feel it.
Reason number 403 why I like Sean Rash.
Sounds like he took that tough pill you were talking about.
They're good. They're hard to find, but they're good. And 2 in a row for Barnes, but too little, too late.
And again, I'd never second guess a great player like Chris Barnes, but you really have to ask yourself, with the inside area of play being so predominant on this Chameleon Championship, why he chose to try to play away from everybody else. And I think I know why. I think he was trying to find, you know, his own niche and just beat everybody out and to the right of everybody else and stay away from the big inside trap, but it just wasn't there today.
Next week, serious international affair will come your way on the Scorpion Championship. Canadian, 2 South Koreans. Jason Belmonte is there. Your lone American in the field, Bill O'Neill, who won last week. The Scorpion Championship coming your way next Sunday, 1 o'clock right here on ESPN. One of the driving points about the World Series of Bowling, getting that international feel and flavor here. We certainly have had that thus far. Sean Rash has already advanced, and he'll take on Wes Malott. Chris Barnes finishing fairly strong, but what a slow jump out of the gate for Barnes, who closes with a 175. Another strike for Sean Rash, and Rash will move on to take on your 2 seed, Wes Malott. One of those days for Chris Barnes. The top 8 players after 60 games of qualifying in the World Series of Bowling will qualify for the TV finals of the PBA World Championship, which takes place January 14th through the 16th right here at the South Point Bowling Center in Las Vegas. Bill O'Neill, who just happens to be the defending Chameleon Championship, sits on top. Sean Rash, who just moved on with that victory over Chris Barnes, sits in 2nd, and Wes Malott, who's on deck, sits in 8th. This is the World Series of Bowling on ESPN.